ARCA RE/MAX Series Championship. Frank Kimmel wants an unprecedented 8th title, but the rest of the field is fast, hungry, and determined. The mile and a third concrete Nashville Oval is the site of round 2 of the ARCA season, and it starts right now.
Welcome to the PFG Lester 150 on Speed. With you from Nashville, Tennessee, I'm Rick Allen alongside of Dan Pardis, Don Radebon, Wendy Venerini on Speed Pit Road for the second Superspeedway race of the season. Cars are on the track. We qualified yesterday, and here's your RE/MAX starting grid. On the pole, his first career pole, Steve Wallace in the number 61 Dodge. Driving for father Rusty Wallace in his development program. Frank Kimmel on the outside of him, 7-time series champion.
See Brad Coleman on the inside of row 2. Great effort for him out of the Bruco Stables, development driver. And on the outside there you see Aaron Crocker. Great qualifying effort for her.
Another development driver, Aaron Crocker. Stephen Leicht, another development driver. He will start in the 5th position. Mario Goslin, a winner in this series, will start 6th. With the row 4, Justin Dirks, also a development driver. Donnie Leah jumping in the car for the first time in his ARCA career. That was driven by Matt Hagens in Daytona earlier this year.
Inside row 9, Michael Fulp from down in Florida. Raced a lot of Florida tracks. Great competitor. First start for him here today.
And the starting grid continues on the top of your screen. Take a closer look at this field on track. Aaron Crocker qualified 4th. Now she made some unapproved changes after the cars were impounded after qualifying yesterday, and so she will have to actually move to the back of the field. A huge vacancy this week in the ARCA garage. Jack Bowser passed away a week ago. Over 50 years, Jack has been a fixture at racetracks around the country. This is the series that he hung his hat on, and it's better because of it. Todd Bowser, his youngest son, got into today's race because of Jack and his previous owner's championship provisional. So really, Jack's presence still being felt even after he's passed.
Great competitor, Jack Bowser. Long time in the ARCA series. Just a tough racer.
We'll ride along with 4 different cars, one of those being the number 9 of Donnie Leah. He was 10th fastest in practice yesterday. He'll start 13th.
And a great race car here today. That car's got like 10 victories in the ARCA series, so he's in an awesome piece.
Justin Dirks starting in the 7th position. He was 17th quickest yesterday in practice.
There's the king, Frank Kimmel. Knows how to get around this place. Just a great competitor in the ARCA series, Mr. Consistency.
64 wins, 3 of those in his career coming here at Nashville. Steve Wallace on the pole. We'll ride along with him as well. So we've got a bird's eye view from the front row. Both Steve Wallace and Frank Kimmel holding cameras with us. So we'll have a great watch of the battle up front. As they come out of turn number 4, the green flag about to come out, and we're underway with event number 2 in the ARCA RE/MAX series. Inexperience could be a story early on in this race, and we have quite a few development drivers that are toward the front of this race.
62 car, 18-year-old Brad Coleman. Just a great, awesome qualifying effort for him today. He knows he's got to keep the race car on the bottom. You see him on the bottom of Mario Goslin. He needs to get patient. Again, they have to be patient and make it to the end. 55 car, Stephen Leicht, another driver from the H development stable. We've got some tough guns here today.
Riding on board with Donnie Leah. Again, he started 13th, currently in that same position as they start to go to single file now. Again, 113 laps for this race. It's 150 miles.
It's a long way. They just need to settle in as a driver. You want to get in the groove, get some heat in them tires, get your belts pulled down, and get up, seize up on that high side. You don't really want to be up there.
Wendy.
Hey, Rick, we did set a modern era record for most cars entered in an event this weekend at Nashville. 70 cars were entered for this race. 41 of them started today's field. 3 of them withdrew. We sent home 26 cars. That's almost an entire field. And the fastest guy in practice did not even make the race because he crashed in qualifying. Blake Bjorklund went home. Also a former winner, Dwayne Bryan, went home, and so did Tyler Walker. Big surprises in the ARCA garage who did not make this race today.
Wendy, you're exactly right. Awesome attendance, guys, in this ARCA field. Some 70-plus cars. I tell you, there's just so much enthusiasm. A lot of our research and development from the Cup side. A lot of driver development programs. And, man, the ARCA Series is the place to go because these stock cars are so similar to the NASCAR Nextel Cup Series cars. And that's why they put these drivers in these cars.
That's right. Don, there are a lot of young drivers out here, aren't there?
No kidding, and Frank Kimball was mixed among them. He was so proud of his qualifying effort, qualified second here. 4 of the top 5 guys are Cup teams and our NASCAR Busch Series teams. In fact, only 0.3 of a second separates 6th all the way back through 25th. This is, to add to all of this, without question, the most solid and most competitive ARCA REMAX Series field ever assembled here today at Nashville, right here, right now.
If you're watching and we see Stephen Leicht get right on the back bumper of Frank Kimball. Here is a young kid, a driver development driver, going up against 7-time champion, 3-time winner at this racetrack, and he's giving him all he's got right now.
He's doing a great job. Stephen's been around a long time. He started in go-karts, then raced late models. He's an ASA champion. He's doing a fine job. He's got a good piece under him. You know, Yates people on the radio talking to him. It's so important. Crew chief Jerry Pitt's on the radio with him also, so he's doing the right things. That's the guy I'd want to be behind if I was out there right now, Rick.
Most definitely. Wendy, what else do you know about Stephen?
Well, originally, the 55 car entered was supposed to be Matt McCall driving for Robert Yates today, but instead, Stephen has entered this car. We know this is a fast team. Matt McCall was in the 55 at Daytona, and he brought home a second-place finish. Stephen Leicht ran the number 66 at Daytona. Now, he came home 25th, but you know he definitely walked away with some experience. Rick?
Well, most definitely, and his teammate, Matt McCall, as Wendy had just mentioned, he shadowed Bobby Gerhardt at Daytona, and we're almost seeing the same thing out of his teammate here, Stephen Leicht, shadowing now Frank Kimball. So these guys are actually smarter than you would think, because the following guys, you have tons of experience.
Well, that's the whole key, is to talk to somebody. I'm sure him and Frank talked before the race. He said, Frank, I'm going to fall in line. You know, get behind you. That's the key, especially when you're as young as these guys are, don't have a lot of experience in these big cars. He's 19 years old. Again, he knows Frank's been around an awful long time. If he can ride around there until about 5 laps to go, that's exactly where I'd want to be.
In a battle for second right here, Stephen Leicht decides I've waited long enough. I'd like to go by Frank. They're side by side going through 3 and 4. The field has spread out now to the point where coming out of turn 4, they're already seeing the back of the field going into turn 1 right now.
We've got some really fast cars out here today. Rick, as we talked earlier, I think we're going to see 2 races. We're going to see about the top 15 cars in one bunch because we've got a lot of, R&D development drivers from the Cup side, and we got a lot of good veterans like Kimball and the guys that's been around a long time. So I think you're going to see them 10 or 15 stay together, and then maybe another group as it stretches out.
Up front right now, it's Steve Wallace holding on. He's been up front the whole race so far. Stephen Leicht takes over second. Kimball, Brad Coleman in fourth. Mario Goslin fifth. Cale Gale is sixth. Justin Dirt seventh. Jeremy Clements eighth. Willie Allen ninth. And rounding out the top 10, Todd Hansen.
There you see Frank Kimball just setting the pace. It's so important to get out here and set the pace, feel what the car's doing. It makes a big difference.
You see back in the back there that 20 of Ken Weaver. Ken Weaver had a good run last year in this series. He was very consistent, finished third in the points. Looking to improve on that this year.
Ken doing a fine job. See 61 Carl Wallace just stepping out. You see Stephen Leicht reeling him in there a little bit.
We've seen Steve Wallace do this before. He won at Michigan in pretty dominant fashion, and now we see Stephen Leicht giving him all he's got, and Stephen Light's going to take the point of this one.
Yep, that was smart for Stephen Wallace. He may be falling back the car, may be changing some. Rusty Wallace is here today, I'm sure, talking on the radio, standing up there, giving him a little bit of advice. So he's in good hands, and we still got a long way to go. So that was a smart move for Stephen Wallace, just to move up, let Stephen Leicht by.
Oh, problems.
Oh, Mario Goslin turned around.
He goes across the infield grass, comes spinning to a stop just in front of the flag stand.
Looks like got a little bit of wheel marks there, Rick, on the right side of that race car. Maybe somebody got into the door there. A little bit of right rear corner damage, so we'll have to see what happened there. See the roof flap up on that car. He's got to bring that race car back around down pit road, and they'll put that roof flap down.
Again here, outside of him, there's that 62 of Brad Coleman.
62 car, Brad Coleman had to brake check on the 13 car, and when he slowed way down, Mario had nowhere to go. So unfortunate for Mario. Hopefully they can bang defenders out of that car and get him back underway, and he'll be competitive here before the end of the day.
So our first caution comes out in Nashville, Tennessee. We're in Music City, USA, and so far hearing the music, it's been Steve Wallace and Stephen Leicht out front of the field in Nashville.
It's a technological revolution from the leader in four-stroke technology. We increased horsepower without adding weight and added a unique dual exhaust system for perfect balance in the loops and in the turns. The new Honda CRF 250R. Victory is almost a mathematical certainty. See your Honda dealer for great low payments and factory-to-dealer incentives. Happening now during the Spring into Action 2 sales event.
Introducing the miracle of fusion, a revolutionary technology and a unique idea come together to create new Gillette Fusion. Until now, pressure caused irritation. Fusion has 5 blades spaced closer together to reduce pressure with less irritation and more comfort. Flip Fusion over. A precision trimmer for those tricky places. The comfort of 5 blades, the precision of 1. The best shave ever in manual or battery power. New Gillette Fusion.
Oh, are you okay?
Oh, it's my arthritis pain.
Arthritis pain? You gotta try my Aleve.
People with arthritis are sharing their good news about Aleve.
You gotta try this Aleve.
Good news about the strength and safety of Aleve.
Ooh.
Try my Aleve. It's amazing.
Good news that only Aleve has the strength to stop arthritis pain all day with just 2 pills. That would take 8 Tylenol. Aleve. That's good news you'll want to share.
I've wanted a treehouse my whole life.
Hey, I'm serious. I mean a real treehouse.
Find your perfect place. It's easy at Remax.com. Now Remax.com offers more home listings to choose from than ever before. Nobody sells more real estate than Remax.
Coverage of the ARCA RE/MAX Series from Nashville is presented by RE/MAX. Outstanding agents, outstanding results. Brought to you in part by Suzuki, introducing the all-new Grand Vitara, the authentic SUV, and by SK Tools, the official hand tools of ARCA. Still under caution number 1 as we see Mario Gosselin making his way back out onto the racetrack after the first caution of the day happens, and this is what took place.
Looks like Mario's down on the bottom of the racetrack. That Johnny Leonard just gets bottled up there a little bit, gets slowed up. Brad Coleman gets on the brakes, and unfortunate for Mario, he had nowhere to go. He had to turn it down to the bottom of the apron, just lost the race car.
Well, Brad Coleman just didn't give him anywhere to go. He turned right into Mario Gosselin, and so,
yep.
Obviously, problems for Mario Gosselin. Wendy, what's going on with that team?
Mario's crew chief is actually his brother, Jermaine. Jermaine, what happened? Did Brad Coleman get into you guys, and how upset is Mario?
He's okay. It just 55 came down on him, and we were loose to start with, and it didn't help the case there. Lost it in turn 4 there, and just minor damage. Put the 4 tires on it, tied it up a little bit, see what happened.
Is that damage on the right-hand side going to affect the performance for today's race?
I don't think it will. I think it's just cosmetic. Should be all right.
All right, Jermaine Gosselin being fairly optimistic in the pits. You know, Mario is a former winner here at Nashville.
Mario winning here in 2003. It's a brand new race car for Mario. It's a Robert Yates car, and he took it to Billy Hess's. They assembled the car. They made some changes on the car. He wasn't real happy after the test. He said, you know, I won with my other car. He said, I maybe should have brought it, but we'll work on this one and see if we can make it better. Well, after qualifying, he was much, much happier after that.
Get Frank Kimmel starting on the outside pole today. And Kimmel has dropped back to 3rd after Stephen Leicht got by him and Steve Walsh started in front. Don, what's going on with Frank?
Well, right now, Frank's a little tight through the center of the corner and tight up off. Heard some chatter between Frank and crew chief Brother Bill on the radio. They want to help fix that with some air pressure adjustments the first chance they get. They have radically changed their setup here at Nashville from what they're used to. They're running soft front springs and very stiff rear springs, which is the exact opposite of what they used to do here. So they had to change all of their front end geometry to accommodate for that big radical change, soft front springs and stiff rear springs. And right now it's got them throwing them for a bit of a loop, but they think they can fix it with just air pressure adjustment on their next stop.
And if you're wondering, he did say Brother Bill. We just talked to Jermaine Gosselin, brother of Mario.
Yep.
It's a family business. I mean, we've got fathers that are crew chiefs to the sons driving. Obviously, Jack Bowser passing, the owner of the 21 that Todd Bowser, his youngest son, is driving. This is a family sport, the ARCA Series.
And what's a big plus is your family works a lot cheaper, too. So that's a big plus in the ARCA Series.
Here they come to the green flag. We're back underway. Stephen Leicht leading his first laps in his ARCA career.
See Frank Kimmel drop to the bottom, look to the inside of Stephen Wallace, protects that position and drives down in the corner. It's so important here at Nashville that you do not overdrive the corner, and it's just so easy to do here, Rick, because it's such a big sweeping track. We carry so much speed down the straightaway. If you drive in the corner right at that point right there, you see how Stephen wiggled? He drove it in a little too far. The car wiggles, gets up there on the second groove, and man, you go back 3 or 4 positions.
Don, is that a case where, or Dan, excuse me, is
that's
that a case where he's got Frank Kimmel in his mirror and he's thinking, oh my gosh, I've got 64-time winner Frank Kimmel, 7-time champion back here. I've got to race him hard and just going a little too hard.
Well, that could possibly be. I mean, some guys get intimidated by past champions and guys that have been around a long time. But let me tell you, as you know, Rick, Frank Kimmel's the nicest, most humblest guy in the garage area. So he's not real intimidating, I don't think. And Frank will race you hard, but he will give you your line. I have raced Frank many times. He's a great racer, and he does give you your room.
It's looking a lot like Steve Wallace's loose. I mean, he has got his hands full with that 61 right now.
He really does. And what could be here, you know, the tires cooled back down. We lost some heat in the tires. Possibly he's got to get some heat back in them tires in a few laps. He's got to cool down. He's got to, as you see drive down in the corner, he cannot keep the car down on the bottom of the racetrack. So not sure if it's a loose condition or a tight condition right now. We'll have to keep an eye on the 61. There's Stephen Wallace.
Side-by-side racing on the inside. That's the 09 of Cale Gale, named after Cale Yarborough. So his father knew that was going to be a tongue twister when he was born.
That's a pretty cool name, Cale Gale. He, again, he works at James Fitch's shop down there in Florida. He's worked at the shop for some 10 months. He's a shock engineer on the Busch side, so he kind of works back and forth. This race car that they're in raced at Homestead, Florida in 05 in the Nextel Cup race and qualified 15th and finished 24th. So it's a really good race car. They gave him a really good piece here to run today.
And people that are curious also, there's a lot of Cup cars, former Cup cars that the ARCA Series, they will purchase from these teams to use after they've extended their life in the Cup Series.
Well, if you could buy a used Cup car, it takes all the work out of where you need to get with that race car, because these Cup teams have worked on the R&D. They've blown on them in the wind tunnel. They've had them at the racetrack. They've changed the control arms, the uppers and lowers, got the car where they really want it. So all the hard work's really done. So you just need to mount your seat in the car, get you a good water heater underneath the hood of that race car and go racing, and hopefully you can get the right setup and go. But it's so important to get a good structure per se, and when you buy a used Cup car, that's exactly what you get.
4 wide as they go down the backstretch, moving into 3 and 4.
Wow, you see Bobby Gerhart in the 5 car on the outside there. Norm Benning, I believe, as they battle off the corner. Darrell Basham in the 34 car, my mistake.
Bobby Gerhart, our most previous winner as far as winning at Daytona, and I say most previous, but that was 63 days ago. 2 months ago was the last time these cars were on the racetrack.
Oh, it seems like such a long time. You see Bobby looking to the inside again. When you take that much time off, you get so anxious and you just work for another 2 months, and sometimes you really screw the race cars up, I tell you, because you overthink yourself. Just a little bit too much time to worry about.
Steve Wallace falling off the pace. He's currently in 5th. Don, what's going on?
Well, he's complaining of a very, very loose race car. His car was tight all day in practice, so I guess they went too far in the other direction. Been up and down pit road, most of the cars are complaining that they're too tight. He would be the exception. Steve Wallace, he is very, very loose. They're going to try to fix that with a track bar and wedge adjustment when they come down for their first pit stop.
A lot of times we say they're chasing it up the racetrack, meaning the back end keeps going. It's like, I got to hang on to this thing so I don't hit the wall.
Well, you're exactly right. And you really do not want a loose race car here at Nashville because we carry so much speed on corner entry. It's something he has to be careful. He has to take care of the race car and come in during his pit stop and adjust.
Pretty big gap between Stephen Leicht and that number 55 and 46 of Frank Kimmel. A second separating 1 and 2 right now. Stephen Leicht looking for his first win ever in the ARCA REMAX Series, and it could come today at Nashville.
Before the green flag,
it all comes down to this.
The one and only pre-race experience.
Wendy, you got any more famous?
We got Dale Jr. here.
Is NASCAR Race Day, built by the Home Depot. Next Saturday, 6 p.m. Eastern, only on Speed.
You want to take a little ride? Think you can run wide open with Kyle Petty? Fathead are classic collectibles for only the serious racing fan. Fathead are easy to put up and move around all season long. Did you call me a fathead? Too big and real to be in stores means there's only one place to get them. Fathead.com. Officially licensed by NASCAR, the NBA, the NFL, and Players Inc. Just go to fathead.com. I'm a fathead.
How do you clean your ball on the green? And even if you have a towel, where is it when you really need it? Now there's a better way to clean your ball on the green. Ballsy, the cleaner that fits in the palm of your hand. Its patented design keeps Ballsy wet while your pocket stays dry. Ballsy is always handy, so there's no wiping, no more spitting, no more licking. It's like bringing a ball washer right on the green. No wonder Ballsy was named Best New Product at the 2005 PGA Merchandising Show. Ballsy is washable and reusable. Thousands of golfers, even PGA pros, use Ballsy. We want to know what you think of Ballsy. Call the number on your screen to get your free sample. Once you try Ballsy, you'll never play another round without it. This free giveaway is limited, so call now.
To order, call 1-800-690-1385. That's 1-800-690-1385. Don't delay. Call now.
Welcome back to the ARCA RE/MAX 150 from Nashville Superspeedway in Nashville, Tennessee. That right there is Todd Bowser in the number 21. He's climbed out of his car. Accident, the second caution coming out, and a very, very tough day, a tough week for the Bowser
family. Our prayers and thoughts go out to the whole family. Todd appears to be okay. He's outside walking around. Looks like he got into the right side there in the wall, and his day is pretty much done. Looks like the fender's knocked off the right front of the car as he walks around and examines the race car. Tough break for Todd Bowser, and we wish him and the whole family the best. And again, he's a great competitor and been around a long series, long-time supporter of the family, and we can't say enough about that family.
Yeah, earlier when this whole field rolled off of pit road, it was led by Todd Bowser in that number 21, and it was a momentous occasion. Obviously, Jack Bowser has done so much for this series, and this honoring him as far as his passing. Driver, owner, father, and friend, Jack Bowser earned 10 championships in motorsports, either behind the wheel or behind pit wall. More importantly, he was a champion at life, in a sport so family-oriented. We'll miss the patriarch of the ARCA family, Jack Bowser.
When you're a star like me, things are taken care of. You see? A second bag. Second. Even my independent insurance agent spoils me.
Ryan, after comparing a number of companies, I recommend Drive Insurance from Progressive. You'll get a policy customized just for you.
How does the other half live?
Actually, I do it for everyone.
To find an agent who'll take care of you, go to driveinsurance.com.
Now, this here, that's the drain plug. It lets the oil drain out into the pan. Remember, she's got a lot of mileage on her, but one day, she'll be all yours.
Help keep the family car in the family with Valvoline Max Life, the most technically superior high-mileage motor oil. It's specially formulated to recondition seals to help prevent leaks, helping your high-mileage engine run for a long, long time. For a limited time, try up to 5 quarts of Max Life free. Maximum value $16. Limit to first 100,000 rebates.
Load a lot of stuff in your truck. But you only have to put in a Leicht spray-on bed liner once. Leicht spray-on bed liners are the toughest bed liners on the planet. Leicht, serious protection, killer looks.
I wish we had a big house.
Well, I wish we had an affordable house.
Ours?
Find your perfect place. It's easy at Remax.com. Now Remax.com offers more home listings to choose from than ever before. Nobody sells more real estate than RE/MAX.
Welcome back to Music City, USA, Nashville, Tennessee. Frank Kimmel winning the race off of pit road. Frank was actually running in third when this last caution came out, and he was the top driver to actually come in and have service done to his car already.
Yeah, it was. Great pit stop for Frank. The car was tight. He was just complaining of it being tight. Listen to the radio transmission. Like Don said, it raised the track bar. They did some tire adjustments. Free that car up. You don't really want to be loose here at Nashville, but you also don't want to be tight because it scrubs so much speed as you exit the corner. So hopefully they made an adjustment to free that car up a little bit.
When did you
I know
Don
it's contradictory.
you said you heard Don say that. I was going to go down and ask for Don's advice on this one. Don, what's going on with the 46?
Well, it's all about air pressure right now, trying to make the car much looser than it was, but all that done with 4 tires and air pressure adjustments, making those right side tires a little taller than the left side to help make it go through the corner and loosen up the 46.
So, as some are talking about too loose of a condition, case in point Steve Wallace, we're also hearing now that Kimmel was tight.
Exactly. And, really, you don't want to be either.
Well, Erin Crocker qualified 4th in that number 98 Dodge. Again, she's a development driver for Ray Evernham. She qualified on the pole in her first ARCA race, Nashville. That was right here, finishing 12th in that race. Those are her finishes from a year ago. Looking to improve on those. Obviously having to do a little bit more work today, though, because after she qualified 4th, they made some unapproved changes. She had to go to the back of the field. So currently she is being scored, as I run through the scoring monitor, 15th.
Yep, she's moving up. And again, she really likes this racetrack, and it's just so important for a driver to come to a racetrack and feel comfortable about it. And it's just half the battle. It really, really is.
Chase Miller, 19-year-old Chase Miller out of Canton, Georgia. Currently in the 5th position, so a pretty good run for him. He started today in the 15th spot.
Doing a great job. Eddie Sharp, the crew chief on that car. Mike Aggie Motors. Just a super job. He's still in school right now. He's taking flight training lessons, so that's pretty important. To be able to understand the aerodynamics of a plane and maybe a race car. They may have just conglomerated a little bit of that in. I don't know. Doing a great job. He's raced Hooters Cup Series, late models in the past. He's a Rookie of the Year in the Southern All-Star Series. So he's scheduled to run 6 races here this year in the ARCA Series. So he's doing a great job here today.
Dan, have you ever flown?
Yes.
And you've also been a driver, obviously. So
I've been in a race car and flown and in a race car.
Tell me the comparison between flying and driving.
Well, I tell you, with the race car, you're on the ground, everything's good. When you leave the ground with a car, it's not good. But with a plane, you got some control. So it take me a long time, Rick, to make you understand the correlation between the two. But aerodynamics is where I was going with that.
I understand. David Lusk at that number 65. Wendy, what's going on with him?
Of course, Damon Lusk is his first race in the 65 because he came over from the 37, putting Walt Brennan out of a job. But the 65, they've been tight, much like everybody else. They did free it up with a wedge adjustment, 2 in the right rear, 2 out of the left rear, but they did have a problem with the jack dropping and a left rear tire issue, so a little bit longer, lengthy stop on pit road for the 65.
Well, Damon Lusk got some experience. He's got 2 wins in the ARCA Series at Atlanta and Pocono, so would like to add to that today if possible, but he's going to have to work his way through some tough competitors that are out in front as we restart this one. Stephen Leicht, Brad Coleman, Cale Gale, your top 3. Steve Wallace in 4th, Chase Miller in 5th. So a very young top 5.
Yep, and these guys, again, they got to use their head, get some heat in these tires, and you know, you got no experience up there right now, so they have no Frank Kimmel to follow, but they've been around a lot. These guys have been racing all their life, and again, it's about feeling comfortable at the racetrack, and they've had enough laps now where they can feel real comfortable. You see Frank Kimmel working his way through the field on the onboard commuter. Uh-oh, a little bit of trouble in front.
Got a spin coming out of turn 4.
Like Daryl Basham.
Again, Daryl Basham having some problems, and so our 3rd caution comes out, and they say caution breeds cautions, and they have come out frequently now as we have our 3rd caution coming out on lap 33.
It's like Daryl slides to the bottom of the racetrack. The little cow flaps up on the front of that race car just below the windshield, and no flop back as he gets back up to speed, but appears to be okay. Daryl, 57 years old, been around the series a long time. Again, a great supporter of the ARCA Series. Good spin for him to get it back underway and not tear the car up.
Take a look at how this happened. It looks as though maybe he was just a little bit loose.
Yep, looks like he did it all by himself. Just keeps the car down to the bottom of the racetrack, does a great job. You see he's got the brake pedal locked down as the car slides to a stop, gets it back in gear, moves back underway. There you see again, just gets loose, Rick, all by himself, it looks like.
Yep, on his outside, that was the 39 of Todd Hansen, but it didn't look like any contact. So Darrell Basham comes to a stop just in front of pit road. The caution comes out. We'll go away for a short break. We'll be back with more ARCA Racing on Speed.
Wednesday night on Speed. Pigs, lose the race, lose your ride.
Line them up, let's go!
The battle begins on the track.
I mean, it's a race car. We brought a street car.
But just might end up in the ring.
I know you're holding back. We come here to do this.
No.
Can Rich make it a fair fight?
They need more cars. I know, they're gonna get them. 14 cars is unreal. I'm going all out.
And all new Pigs. Back-to-back episodes starting Wednesday at 9 Eastern, 8 Pacific, only on Speed.
Yo, Bam here, gonna show you how new Right Guard Extreme Power Stripe works. Let's say this team represents odor, and this team represents the Power Stripe. Medic! What are you doing? Only Right Guard Extreme has the Power Stripe. It drops odor like a bad habit. Right Guard, don't let my so you smell great all day. I love you. Get straight! Get Right Guard! Get straight, get Right Guard!
Find what you're looking for in Montana. For your free Montana guide, call 1-800-624-4148.
Tuesday night, catch an all-new Two-Wheel Tuesday on Speed. Greg Leicht keeps you in the loop with all the latest motorcycle news, new equipment features, and rider profiles. Stay in the groove. Out of the hay bales for Two-Wheel Tuesday. Tuesday night at 8 Eastern, only on Speed. Coming out of 4, we're going to try it again. Green flag will fly. Stephen Leicht still out in front. Only been 2 leading this race so far. Steve Wallace the first portion of the race, and then Stephen Leicht took over and has not looked back. Actually, he's been able to put distance between himself and the field, but it looks like this time the 62 of Brad Coleman is going to stay right behind him. Brad Coleman, amazing story. Only 18 years of age, was found at a go-kart track by Le Mans champ Bryce Cobb. So those of you guys that are out there thinking that, hey, this is a place to go, hang out at the go-kart track, it can happen. Don, what do you think?
Well, I think Brad Colvin's doing an excellent job. This is his first ever super speedway start. But he's not only very talented, but you got to remember he's in really good stuff. A Bruco Motorsports ride. This is a former Robert Yates Racing Ford car that Dale Jarrett drove just last year. So you know it's really good equipment. And of course he tested here a couple of weeks ago. They were very comfortable with the setup, brought the same setup back. And they are definitely pleased with how they qualified and how they're racing. Back upstairs.
Well, we've got problems again.
Well, Chad McCumbee, the 11 car. Down to the bottom of the racetrack.
A lot of damage to the front of that car.
Looks like he may have just drove back and right in the back of somebody and pushed that grill and the front radiator in, but he's still underway.
Try to figure out who that may have been that he ran into the back of, because there is a lot of damage to the front of that car, and obviously somebody has to have been the recipient of that.
Yep. Andy Hillenberg leading the helm here. He works for Andy Hillenberg's driving school there in Charlotte, North Carolina. The star in the #3 movie, and been around a lot. Good race car driver. Unfortunately, just had been in the wrong place at the wrong time there last year in a few races. Had some good opportunities, had some good top 5 finishes, but looks like Chad's day may be done. They may be able to pull that grill out, but they'll have overheating problems.
Well, the yellow stripe on the lead car up there of Stephen Leicht. Wendy.
Stephen was coming over the radio and giving an update on his car. He says if he pushes it real hard, it gets loose in and a little snug in the middle. So he said if I just take it easy, it feels a whole lot better. And that's a good thing for Stephen since he's setting the pace for the field right now.
Getting something to think about, too, guys. We're getting close to our pit window, 55 to 60 laps. We're on lap 40, but we've run a lot of laps of caution here. So just you may see some cars pitting here shortly. But I know talked to Bill Kimmel here this morning. He said, if I get a caution sometime in the mid-40s, he said, I'm coming in. But we may be still a little bit early for it. Just may be something we may want to look out for.
And we say that, this is a quick race, 113 laps. A lot of these drivers, the young ones that have cut their teeth on dirt tracks or short tracks around the country, some of them have never had pit stops. I mean, some of these guys don't have pit stops as far as running on dirt tracks where they've run a 30-lap main or something like that. We see Stephen Leicht bringing his machine down pit road now, so he is going to have service done to his car as he brings most of the field with him.
Yep, just follows them along. And you're exactly right, Rick. The spotters are talking to these drivers right now, telling them when they get 10 out of their pit stall, they say 3, 2, 1, they get them stopped. Winnie?
Stephen's in. I just gave you an update on how his car is, so very little adjustments, slight air pressure on the 55. Our leader, his crew chief, Jerry Pitts, at the last minute decided to take advantage of this caution since we were getting so close to that pit window. Don?
Steve Wallace in for service. They'll take 4 tires to try to help fix the handle on that race car. That includes a track bar and wedge adjustment. They're going to help tighten up the New South Lemonade car of Steve Wallace. That's the same crew that's going to crew his Busch car tomorrow. As a matter of fact, Steve Wallace, 4 new Hoosier skins, and hopefully a much tighter race car, but the car stalls trying to leave pit road. Crew's going to have to push it, and this is going to cost him somewhat.
They get it fired back up. It doesn't look like it's going to hurt him position-wise. Nobody was able to get by him while it stalled.
Nope. He just when they lay them cars down, sometimes you need to be back on the throttle about the instant it hits the ground, and sometimes you just don't sync that right and it stalls the motor. But it looks like you say there's no problem there. He's back underway.
High school senior Brad Coleman in front of this field in that federated car, Ford Taurus.
This kid has got a lot of talent, guys. I'm telling you, he's 18 years old. He's probably the youngest driver that's ever raced in the Daytona Rolex 24-hour series from start to finish. And he's done a great job there. He races a prototype, so he's seen a lot of racing in his young years, I tell you.
And he did that running in that Daytona 24 when he was 16. Wow. With 2 other teammates that were also 16. Well, we'll see how he does in this one from Nashville when we come back.
Tuesday night on Speed. Twist the grip and hold on for Two Wheel Tuesday with Greg White. Twin Motorcycle, American Thunder with Michelle Smith, and Corbin's Ride On. It all begins Tuesday night, 8 Eastern, only on Speed.
Introducing the new face of domination. The incredibly light, agile, and fiercely powerful. All new 2006 CBR 1000RR. Let it scream. See your Honda dealer for attractive financing and great low payments happening now during the Spring into Action 2 sales event. Now, this here, that's the drain plug. It lets the oil drain out into the pan. Remember, she's got a lot of mileage on her, but one day, she'll be all yours.
Help keep the family car in the family with Valvoline Max Life, the most technically superior high-mileage motor oil. It's specially formulated to recondition seals to help prevent leaks, helping your high-mileage engine run for a long, long time. For a limited time, try up to 5 quarts of Max Life free. Maximum value $16. Limit to first 100,000 rebates.
You all ready for this?
Wonder what it would be like to trade paint with Kevin Harvick.
You think you can stop me?
Fathead is as close to real NASCAR racing as you can get. Easy to put up and move around. Just peel and place. Fathead can only be found at fathead.com. Officially licensed by NASCAR, the NBA, the NFL, and Players Inc.
Go to fathead.com.
Fathead are classic and collectible.
What are you looking at?
I've wanted a treehouse my whole life.
Hey, I'm serious. I mean a real treehouse.
Find your perfect place. It's easy at Remax.com. Now Remax.com offers more home listings to choose from than ever before. Nobody sells more real estate than RE/MAX.
Welcome back to the ARCA RE/MAX 150 from Nashville Superspeedway, riding along with Donnie Leah. He's broken back into the top 10. The green flag flies out in front. It's Brad Coleman leading an ARCA RE/MAX Series race.
See Mario Goslin works his way back up to third position. Great run back to get back up towards the front. Hopefully he can stay there. Looks like he got some damage to the right side of that car, but obviously it's not affecting it aerodynamically. So hopefully he can keep that car up there front there to the end. Good finish here today.
Ken Weaver running a little bit higher line through 3 and 4. Ken Weaver running in second currently. Frank Kimball in fourth. So a 3-time winner at this racetrack, poised in great position to make it 4.
Made some adjustments to that race car to free the race car up here. In a few laps, we'll see exactly what it does. It looks like they made the right adjustments. Frank's able to turn the car, keep it down to the bottom. As you see corner entry, you want to turn down to the bottom here, just above that yellow line, and keep the car on the bottom and stand back on the gas pedal, and that's exactly what he's able to do. So looks pretty good right now.
Yeah, and those 2 cars right there that we're looking at, Mario Goslin and Frank Kimball, the 2 drivers that have won at this race. Cale Gale on that 09 won the race off pit road. Wendy?
On that last caution of all the front runners that came down, Cale Gale definitely had a fast pit stop. Now he did stall. This was the first time he ever came down pit road, a rookie running in the ARCA series. He did stall it, but he still managed to come out as first. He was tight in the center. His crew chief, Mark Reno, decided to free him up a little bit with 1 pound in the right rear and a little bit of wedge.
See him getting right on the back bumper of Willie Allen in the 75. There's a great battle for second. Ken Weaver dropping back a little bit. Now side by side for third is Mario Goslin and Frank Kimball. Goslin in the 12. Frank Kimball cutting to the inside, and that forked the other white meat.
And Mario spun here early on, but his confidence. Mario's got so many laps, and he's a veteran in this series, the Hooters Cup Series, been around racing a long time. He's got that confidence that he needs to get back up to the front. And that's exactly what he's done here. Frank Kimball looked, but looks like he's pulled some 5 to 10 car lengths away from Frank there through that one corner. See Ken Weaver back there in fourth doing a great job. Ken made some adjustments. He was struggling with his car earlier, but they've made the right adjustments too for the race.
It seems as though clear air is definitely a good thing, especially for Brad Coleman. He's got a 2-second lead now over second place Mario Goslin.
Brad is checked out. And again, he's in real good company. Ex-Robert Yates cars. He's a Bruco development driver. He's still in high school, but he's got Sean Parker as crew chief here today, so he's got some good people talking to him, communicating him, and telling him to do the right things, and he's doing exactly that.
When I talked to him before the race today, he was making the comment to me how he balances school and racing. He says, well, I take my homework with me on the road and I just have to make it up. And he says, I got finals coming up here in a little bit. That's not something that most of these other drivers are worried about. He's got to graduate from high school still.
Oh, you're exactly right. There you go, on board Justin Derrick's car, just to the inside, doing a great job working back towards the front. Red Farmer, a consultant on this car, another Robert Yates development driver. Tom Sepkulowski, been around that team a long time, been with that team, and they've got some Wagner engines underneath the hood of the race car, good horsepower. He's doing a fine job here.
Right behind him, the 69 of Steve Blackburn has made his way up again to 6th. He started in 26th position, so quite a few moves for him.
A great run for Blackburn.
You see Justin Dirks right behind Ken Weaver. Again, Weaver dropped back to 4th, Justin Dirks in 5th. So Justin Dirks trying to crack into that top 5.
Looks like Justin's able to stay right on the bottom of the racetrack. So important here at Nashville, and pick the throttle up. As you see, he gained some 2 to 3 car lengths, and that's what you have to have here at Nashville, be able to drive right to the bottom.
And we're able to hear them feathering that accelerator. As we see Justin Dirks in the 70 has gotten by the 20. And now another battle taking place on the track, and this is between Mario Goslin and Frank Kimball. Kimball has caught back up to Mario Goslin, and now he's on the inside.
Yep. 2 veteran drivers here, been around a long time and really know what it takes.
Problem in turn 4, but it looks like we may stay green. Getting sideways.
59 car, Ryan Howard back underway. Looked like he got turned sideways, but kept it back underway. That was a good save there for Ryan Howard.
Well, they did bring the caution out now, so Ryan Howard bringing out our 5th caution of the day on lap 51.
Ryan new in the seat this year, working with Mark Gibson Racing. Mark Gibson, a longtime competitor of the ARCA Series, stepped out, said, I'm going to give the young kid a chance. Ryan works in his shop all week, just a hard worker. He said, I really think he's got what it takes. He says, we just need a little finance behind us. So hopefully Mark Gibson and that team can get back underway. There was Ryan.
Let's take another look at why we are under caution. Oh, he is sideways.
Kind of hard to see there at 25 of Billy Venturini as he gets around, whether he got a little help or not. Don't see anything early on the back bumper, the 59 car. So Ryan may have just got a little loose. Billy got up on his bumper, and there's nothing you can do. To move out of the way and keep going. Did a great job of saving it. That Williams brother lumber car.
Excellent job by Ryan Howard keeping it going straight. It doesn't look like he has any damage to the body of that car. So maybe just some excessive wear on the tires by going sideways at 150 miles an hour.
Did what he needed to do. He held onto the car, turned it left, and stayed in the gas. Sometimes rookies here make the bad mistake of turning the car right and shoot you right into the wall. Not what you want to do.
And as we're coming up on the halfway point, our leader, Brad Coleman, brings the 62 Federated Ford down pit road. So this could be a one-stop race for Brad Coleman.
First time down pit road again in a big car. Looks like he's doing a good job. He's got the car slowed down. Crew chief at this point is talking you in, saying about here 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That tells you where you need to stop. The crew's back underway.
Don. Brad Coleman in for service. Badly needed service, I might add. He was a little out of sequence, which with most of the guys who had already been down pit road. This is their first stop, remember. Very routine. The car is perfect. No adjustments necessary. Just 4 Hoosier tires and fuel. Wendy Venerini.
Damon Lusk was on pit road, also 5th place runner at the time. Ken Weaver forfeited that 5th place run to come in. 4 tires and a slight Panhard bar and air pressure adjustment on Ken Weaver's machine.
We saw that's a rookie mistake. He killed it coming off his pit stop there. So Brad Coleman having some problems keeping it running. Ken Weaver making his way back on the access road, and he will blend back onto the track as he goes down the backstretch. Mario Gosling out in front of the field. He's had this view before from Nashville. He is a winner here back in 2003. We'll see if he can do it in 06.
See it?
Daytona USA is the place. It's the only attraction that gets you this close to the track. On pit road, in victory lane. What's the attraction at Daytona USA? You are. Experience Daytona. Daytona USA.
Can't get any closer.
How do you clean your ball on the green? And even if you have a towel, where is it when you really need it? Now there's a better way to clean your ball on the green. Ballsy, the cleaner that fits in the palm of your hand. Its patented design keeps Ballsy wet while your pocket stays dry. Ballsy is always handy, so there's no wiping, no more spitting, no more licking. It's like bringing a ball washer right on the green. No wonder Ballsy was named Best New Product at the 2005 PGA Merchandising Show. Ballsy is washable and reusable. Thousands of golfers, even PGA pros, use Ballsy. We want to know what you think of Ballsy. Call the number on your screen to get your free sample. Once you try Ballsy, you'll never play another round without it. This free giveaway is limited, so call now.
To order, call 1-800-690-1385. That's 1-800-690-1385. Don't delay. Call now.
Tomorrow night on Speed, Matt Kenseth serves as guest co-host on Wind Tunnel. Kenseth nearly missed the chase last season Tune in as Dave finds out how things have changed for 06. And don't forget to call Wind Tunnel's new Fired Up line anytime during the weekend. Leave your message, then tune into the tunnel to see if you made the cut. Are you fired up? Wind Tunnel with Dave Despain tomorrow, 9 p.m. Eastern. Mario Goslin, Frank Kimmel, 1 and 2. Mario Goslin maybe taking a little bit of a different pit strategy today. Wendy?
Mario Goslin knows what it's like to be up front since he's a former winner here, but unfortunately he's going to have to forfeit that lead eventually because they cannot go to the distance. When I talked to Jermaine as we go green, Jermaine Goslin, his brother, his crew chief, said we have to come down pit road. The pit window for him was lap 60, so we're getting awfully close to see our leader come down one more time.
And right away, Frank Kimmel to the outside, trying to take away the top spot. They're side by side as they go down the backstretch.
Frank's car's driving much better. Listening to the radio with Frank, he says that's what they like. He says they made a track bar adjustment, came up 2 rounds on the track bar, did a little tire adjustment. That's what Frank likes here at Nashville. Again, he's been around this track a long, long time, and he knows what it's supposed to feel like. And when he gets the feel, he'll stay up front, and he'll be hard to beat here today at Nashville.
This time by, that's halfway, so Kimmel leading at the halfway point. Mario Goslin, we know he has to come back in for fuel at least. Justin Dirks behind him in the number 3. TJ Bell 4th.
This TJ Bell having a great run here today. Started 22nd, currently in the 4th position in the Bobby Jones entry. Just a good race car. Got good Mike Agee motors under the hood. Doing a great job here today.
Another situation of kind of cycling through the pit stops strategy. TJ Bell has worked his way up to the front. TJ Bell probably will have to make a stop as well, just like Mario Goslin has to before the end of this race. Maybe the only one who doesn't have to stop will be Brad Coleman.
Yep, it looks like Brad looks like he should be done with his pit rotation. See the 50 car. TJ, a entrepreneur in the clothing business. He owns a company called Defiant Clothing. They run the company out of Charlotte. Just recently located from Las Vegas, Nevada to Charlotte area. Very, very successful businessman. He wants to race full time, but he knows that what it takes. It's important that you run that business. That's exactly what he's doing. He's 23 years old. Got a lot going for himself.
Right behind him, the number 3, Jeremy Clements. He started in 12. Clements has moved up to 5th position.
Ex-Andy Petrie car there. Jeremy doing a great job. Again, Jeremy had some really good runs last year in 05, had some motor problems, just wrong place, wrong time. Unfortunate for him, but hopefully today will be his good day to start the new year.
Jeremy Clements' best finish in the ARCA REMAX Series, a 3rd back in 2003 at Lowe's Motor Speedway.
Dirt racer, done a lot of racing. Family-owned business. They built the motors for that race car. Clements Racing Engines, got some good horsepower under the hood. Just a good family effort.
90 of Brett Rowe, that's a lap car, so he backs off and lets these boys race. And Cale Gale wants to throw his name in the hat as far as who's going to take away the 4th position from TJ Bell.
I'll tell you, Cale Gale's car looks really, really good, especially when it's open air by itself. If you've seen him pull up behind that group of cars, and he just shoved the nose a little bit, so once he breaks free in the 09 car, Cale Gale, I think he'll charge to the front.
Stephen Leicht right behind him in number 55. Stephen Leicht led some of the race here today.
See Stephen looking in the inside of Cale Gale as they come 2x2 through the tri-oval.
That's a very strong car right there of Stephen Leicht.
You actually got 3 or 4 really good cars in that group. You see in the back, the 61 car, Stephen Walls creeping into the picture. He wants to head to the front too also. So he's really looking to the bottom of Cale Gale, trying to draft down the straightaway so he can catch that front.
Frank Kimmel is out in front right now. Mario Goslin has led this race. Steve Wallace has led this race. Steve Leicht has led this race. And also the 62 of Chet or Brad Coleman has also been up front today. So quite a few different leaders.
Yep, again, I believe we had 15 really good fast race cars, and my prediction was we were going to run 15 of them in a bunch, and then we'd have a second pack, and it looks like that's what's happened here today. Although we've gone through rotation in the pits, so now we'll have to see to the end of this race what it pans out to be.
Here's a battle for 13th. Actually, we go back to Steve Wallace on the inside of Cale Gale. Steve Wallace making his way up. to 6th position in front of Cale Gale.
Steve Wallace drive right to the bottom of the racetrack, shoves the nose just a little bit as the car gets through the center, and then he picks the throttle back up. I tell you, these springs on these cars, we're running 500-600-pound springs in the front of these cars. We're really sucking the noses down of these race cars to keep them to the racetrack. It helps the car turn better through the center of the corner, especially when you're in clean air. We're running big springs in the back, like 1,100-pound spring in the right rear of these cars. Keeps that spoiler up in the wind, kind of keeps it from getting loose. So it's total opposite of the setup that we ran here some 3 or 4 years ago. I mean, everything's backwards. The front springs are in the back are in the front. It's just all about aerodynamics, and that's what's really coming to the play in stock car racing in the past few years.
Justin Dirks all over the back of Mario Gosselin. We're on board with Justin Dirks right now in that number 70. He started in 7th position. Made his way up to 3rd now. Don, how's he doing?
He's doing very well, especially after the last pit stop. He had some tight issues, but the car seemed to have solved itself as a result of the last pit stop. Working very well. He's a 2-time NASCAR Elite Touring Series titleist. Caught the attention of Robert Yates Racing. They sat down and interviewed him. He told me they liked what they saw and heard, and before he knew it, he was in a Robert Yates Racing race car, which he is here today and doing very, very well. Justin Dirks, in only his 2nd ARCA REMAX Series start, is playing with the leaders up front.
Justin Dirks' first race was 2 months ago at Daytona, where he finished 26th. Run quite a bit better today. Frank Kimball out in front of the field, though, as he has put almost a second between himself and 2nd place Mario Gosselin. Can Frank Kimball make it 4 wins at Nashville? We'll find out as we've completed 67 laps so far.
The NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series. The toughest trucks.
You won't believe it.
And the toughest drivers.
Oh, here we go.
Bumping, beating, and banging.
Unbelievable ride.
Hard and fast across the USA.
Look at this action up front.
In the shadow of the arch, get ready for a true show-me-what-you-got race. With the Cup and Busch drivers out, it'll be a wide-open points grab.
My gosh, this is incredible.
The NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series, live from Gateway. The Dodge Ram Tough 200, April 29th, 8 p.m. Eastern, only on Speed.
I wish I lived closer to the office. Not this close.
This one's only a 10-minute commute.
Great. What about selling my current home?
Meet Frank and Maria. They've been dreaming of a place like yours.
Find your perfect place. It's easy at Remax.com. Nobody sells more real estate than Remax.
Nice ride.
Hey, you want to take a little ride?
Think you can run wide open with Kyle Petty?
You may want to hang on a little tighter than that.
Fathead is so real, it'll suck the air right out of your room.
Did you call me a fathead?
With the passion and attitude, Fathead are classic collectibles for only the serious racing fan. With Fathead, it's easy to put up and move around all season long.
Rip it and stick it.
Too big and real to be in stores means there's only one place to get them. Fathead.com. Fathead are officially licensed by NASCAR, the NBA, the NFL, and Players Inc.
Just go to fathead.com.
Printed on strong, durable vinyl. Fathead hold up longer than 4 fresh tires on a straight track.
What makes a fathead cool? The size, the motion, the graphics, everything about a fathead is cool. Just go to fathead.com. What are you looking at? Hey, I'm a fathead.
Speed's coverage of the ARCA REMAX Series from Nashville is brought to you by SK Tools, the official hand tools of ARCA. Battle for 3rd. Mario Gosselin falling back is the 55. Stephen Leicht goes by him. Now we see the 11 also coming into play, Chad McCumbee. Chad McCumbee actually a lap down.
This point in the race, when we get a long run, we really haven't had a long run on the racetrack here today. The tires may be letting up. If you got a little bit of a push, you turn the steering wheel, it heats the right front tire up, it gets worse and worse and worse. Looks like that might be what's happening to that 12 car. He just cannot keep the car down on the bottom of the racetrack, cannot pick up the throttle. So unfortunate for Mario. He may have to come in and make an adjustment before the day's end.
Jeremy Clements now. This is a battle for position as Clements tries to get by Mario Gosselin. Also, Steve Wallace just behind Jeremy Clements. as they're working their way back toward the front. Mario Gosling going the wrong direction right now.
Yep, Mario backing up just a little bit, but it's important when a car really starts to get real tight, you need to really maybe back up a little bit, because if you do overheat that tire and you know you've got another 20 laps or so before we pit, you'll go back in a real hurry. So he may just be cooling down the tires a little bit, then he can get back up on the wheel here in a few laps.
Well, Steve Wallace is not cooling down anything right now as he charges toward the front. He takes away 5th position from Mario Gosling.
Steven in a really good race car. It's one of Rusty's old cars that Rusty raced last year. Rusty said that Roger Penske, I guess he made a deal with Roger to get a few cars for Steven to drive, and this is one of Rusty's favorite race cars that he raced last year, so you know he's in a really good piece. He's racing in the ARCA series, and he's also jumped the fence on the Busch side too, so will be in the Busch race here today. Double duty for Steve Wallace. Justin Dirks in 2nd position, but he is just about a second behind Frank Kimmel, so a second difference between leader and 2nd place right now. That's probably right where he wants to be. Again, he wants to set a good pace. We've still got some quarter of the race to go, and it's important that he just rides around, keeps spaced out, keep away from some other cars, and get in the rhythm, and that's exactly what Justin's been able to do. This young talent looking very impressive so far in this year. And we see 3 wide, Aaron Crocker right in the middle of that. Brad Coleman in the 62 on the bottom. Wow. Billy Venturini right behind them. That was 3 wide. Billy doing a good 12th. Billy said he had a really good race car. He slipped in qualifying. He was in the top 5 in the practice sheet right before qualifying. He just overdrove the corner. Car got loose, but he said, Dan, I have got an awesome race car here in Nashville. He said, I'd never really liked to come here and qualify. He said, I've never been a good qualifier, as you know, but when it comes to the race, he says the car will come back. So that's exactly what the 25 car of Billy Venturini is doing right now. Right behind the big hand, Aaron Crocker just in front of Billy Venturini. Don, how's Aaron doing?
She's doing very well. She's had to struggle today, though. The car was very tight early on. They made some air pressure adjustments, and it's a lot better. You know, she had to start at the back today, and the reason she did in qualifying, they had a water line that was loose, and it rubbed on the tires. She went through the corner, and it was leaking, so they had to change it. That's why she went to the back. When she parked the car after qualifying, Ray Abraham was right there, and I heard him say to his crew, are we out of plastic wire wraps? The crew was silent. They knew exactly where he was going. It was a question that didn't need an answer. He was very, very angry. It was a mistake, and she's paying for it today, working her way back through the pack with now a very good handling race car. She had one of her best finishes here, 3rd, and she was on the pole. She loves this track. Well, her first finish 12th, her best finish 3rd at this racetrack. And obviously that setback, having to go to the back of the field, she's done a fairly nice job working her way back up. She's currently being shown in 13th. Yes, she has. And again, she's got some good guidance. Ray Abraham, I talked to him right before the race started. He was headed to the roof to spot. He said, Dan, our goal is to work through the field, maybe put in victory lane here today. Erin's been here a few times. She knows how to get around this racetrack. We're not here to learn today. He said, we need to really try and win this race. So that's exactly what they're trying to do, and she's doing a fine job at it. Aaron, the other driver that is going to be doing double duty. Aaron qualified 19th for the Busch race, which will be run immediately following this race on this track. Another ARCA Remax driver jumping the fence, going from the ARCA side to the Busch side. And I tell you, as a driver, it's a big, big advantage to get out of one car, drink a little bit of Gatorade, and jump in the race car. Although the tires may be a little bit different, the car may feel different, it sure makes it a lot better because you've been around that racetrack some 100+ laps, and it really gives you the confidence you need to do it. You drivers are always talking about a rhythm. I mean, she is right now getting into a rhythm. As we ride along with Frank Kimmel, you can hear the accelerator as Frank Kimmel's on it, and then he'll let off of it, and he'll glide into the corners. Rick, exactly right. That's rhythm, and Justin Dirks obviously found that rhythm. As you see, he's creeped up on Frank here these past few laps. Rhythm is everything. It's being smooth, working through traffic, and being able to keep that rhythm, and having the race car that it takes to keep on that rhythm, to keep the car underneath you, to make the crew make the adjustments so that you can drive in traffic. And the 70 car, Justin Dirks, is doing exactly that. Well, when in Music City, USA, I guess you got to have rhythm. And right now, Justin Dirks has that rhythm as he is giving Frank Kimmel a handful. Kimmel had over a 1.5-second lead over Justin Dirks, and Dirks has eliminated that as now he is taking over the top spot. So here we go. Frank Kimmel goes to the high side again. Frank's a smart racer. He looks at the big picture again. He knows that he cannot drive
up there in that second group, so he just probably really, once he got up high, maybe Justin made him a little bit loose. He moved up out of the way, let Justin by him, and he'll follow him. But Justin has got a great rhythm right now. His car is definitely a little bit faster than Frank Kimmel's, as we can see.
Well, Justin Dirks putting quite a bit of distance between himself and Frank I don't think was very happy with the way Justin just passed it.
No. It appeared that he put his hand out the window. Maybe he waved, or maybe
some sort of a gesture, I'm sure.
Exactly. But again, Justin's got some good guidance. Red Farmer's on the radio. He's got Tom Sokolowski's been around a long time, so he's in good company right now.
Well, here comes Stephen Leicht now, also a Robert Yates development driver. He makes his way by Frank Kimmel, and so now it's Robert Yates development drivers 1 and 2, and series veteran Frank Kimmel in third.
Frank Kimmel appears to be losing the nose of the race car just a little bit when a car gets behind him. He just can't hold it down where he needs to be, and that's important. Again, he had a tight condition a little bit earlier. They made an adjustment. He may have to come in. We got 28 laps to go. Maybe we'll have a yellow flag. Frank can get in and make another adjustment.
When you say losing the nose, tight? Still tight?
Well, when you lose the nose, you turn the steering wheel as you want to turn left, and the race car goes up the racetrack. You lose the nose. It's just a phrase that we as drivers use to saying it's the same thing as a push. You just lose the nose of the race car. It will not turn.
Mario Gosselin coming in, and this is not good, as it is a green flag pit stop, but he has to stop for fuel. Yep. So Mario Gosselin coming in for obviously his final stop of the day, but I'm sure he would have loved to have done this under a yellow flag condition as opposed to green.
Oh, tough break for Mario Gosselin. As you see, they were spraying ether in the front of the air intake. He must have lost it. It ran out of gas. The engine quit. They had to hit it with some fuel, so he'll probably go a lap down here. Unfortunate for Mario, because he was definitely a contender here today.
As you had mentioned, we're closing in on the finish of this one. 27 laps to go. Justin Dirks out in front of Stephen Leicht, Frank Kimmel, Steve Wallace, and Jeremy Clement round out our top 5.
Before the green flag, the one and only pre-race experience is NASCAR Race Day. On track.
You got Dale Jr. here.
They're showing you Kevin Harvick's car.
Live.
There's nothing like having a camera in the car.
Wow.
And unfiltered.
Things have been heating up in the garage.
Anything can happen. That's my opinion.
NASCAR Race Day, built by the Home Depot. Live from Phoenix. Next Saturday, 6 p.m. Eastern on Speed.
Sometimes one more is one too many. Know your limit.
When you're a star like me, things are taken care of. You see? A second bag. Second.
Even my independent insurance agent spoils me.
Ryan, after comparing a number of companies, I recommend Drive Insurance from Progressive. You'll get a policy customized just for you.
How does the other half live?
Actually, I do it for everyone.
To find an agent who'll take care of you, go to driveinsurance.com.
I've wanted a treehouse my whole life.
Hey, I'm serious. I mean a real treehouse.
Find your perfect place. It's easy at Remax.com. Now Remax.com offers more home listings to choose from than ever before. Nobody sells more real estate than Remax.
Wednesday night on Speed, it's Unique Whips. SEMA shows near, and Will and company are headed to Vegas. But first, the Cadillac Escalades going on display must be completed with the help of the shop's newest member. It's crunch time on Unique Whips, Wednesday, 10 Eastern only on Speed. 70 and 55. Justin Dirks, Stephen Leicht, 1 and 2. Justin Dirks trying to stay in front of Stephen Leicht, 0.2 of a second separating those two.
21 laps to go. These guys working through traffic. It's so important for Justin to hit his lines and pre-stage his cars before he enters the corner, because that could really mess him up with Stephen Leicht right on his bumper. So he has to do, we're in the window now where you got to do everything just right, because it could go green the rest of the way. And if you lose 5 or 10 car lengths, you may never get them back.
Dan, if it does, I think we've got to pose this question to Don and Wendy. Can these guys make it the remainder of this race? I mean, fuel obviously is a big issue. Let's ask Don. Don, can the 70 make it on fuel?
Well, right now they're saying maybe, probably, I think so. Yeah, that's about
convincing.
Try it anyway, Wendy.
Stephen Leicht, as he passes for the lead, he is okay on going the rest of the way. He does not need to stop again. Now, he was a little loose in and tight in the middle, but his crew chief, Jerry Pitts, recommended that he start arcing the corner a little bit more, and that is exactly what he needed to fix that problem.
So Stephen Leicht now in the number 55, getting into some slower lap traffic. Right behind him, Justin Dirks in the 70. Probably, maybe, we think so, can make it all the way, as his crew chief and crew were talking about. That might be the big question. Oh, and we see Justin Dirks get spun around as he tried to make it on the inside. Justin Dirks in second, and problems as he comes back down on the racetrack.
Wow, tough break for Justin. We were just talking about that. He was just loose. Looked like he got loose on corner entry. Unfortunate.
Justin Dirks was coming down, and there was a car on his inside, and that got him started to spin around, and then mayhem takes place after that. We see Justin Dirks moving around. We're riding along with him.
Shaking his head in disgust as a driver. That's not what you want to see with 18 laps to go. Danny Lee also involved in that wreck. Ryan Howard, man, what a tough break this late in the race.
Hard hits there.
See Donnie Lee taking off his safety equipment. He's going to say, well, maybe I could drive this car back in.
Let's take another look at this. Again, we were riding along with Justin Dirks, and you see Dirks up high. He starts to come down, but there's a car there.
Oh, he just arcs the front of the car and up into the wall. Just nothing you can do. Fortunately, this is a tough call. His spotter may have been on the radio, it may not have been on the radio. Told them they were clear. As you see, the melee starts at that point. There's just nothing you can do.
That was Ryan Howard in the 59 who Dirks comes down and hits after he banks off the wall.
Wow. See the 69 car, like you said, he just drove down right across the hood of Steve Blackburn, just like he really didn't know he was there. Unfortunate. That's what spotters are for, and as a driver, you have to make sure you clear that inside car, and he really didn't have the room that he needed and just turned him around.
We see Donnie Liam making his way through this in the number 9, but then as he tries to take the high line, we're again watching this with Justin Dirks coming down right there. That's Ryan Howard. Now Howard, that's Donnie Leah that just went by. Howard goes back up the track and hits Donnie Leah. So Donnie Leah tries to avoid the get some problem. Listen to this. This is where we were earlier when this happened.
Nothing you can do there but hang on as a driver. You know, unfortunately, he just caught the nose, and wow, you see Ryan Howard took a hard shot. Fortunate it was the front of that race car and he didn't T-bone him. Ryan Howard could have really put a hurting on him, but fortunately it worked out the way it did. Wow, tough break this late in the race.
So a big accident. Caution number 6 happening as second place Justin Dirks tries to come down on the racetrack. Not enough room. That begins the spins and the crashes that take place, and we see smoke coming out of the 55 as well. We'll be back to talk about it after this.
Of racing, 10 years of speed. Happy anniversary, Speed Channel.
Oh, are you okay?
Oh, it's my arthritis pain.
Arthritis pain? You gotta try my Aleve.
People with arthritis are sharing their good news about Aleve.
You gotta try this Aleve.
Good news about the strength and safety of Aleve.
Ooh.
Try my Aleve. It's amazing.
Good news that only Aleve has the strength to stop arthritis pain all day with just 2 pills. That would take 8 Tylenol. Aleve. That's good news you'll want to share.
After you clean the bike, clean the rocks. Super clean. Not just clean, super clean.
They come from beyond cyberspace, turning computers into slaves. Now Net Zero High Speed defends your computer. Only $9.95. Net Zero, better, faster, for less.
If you're looking to ramp up your ride, get ready. Advance Auto Parts has a brand new special order center just for you. It's your one-of-a-kind one-stop shop for everything from performance parts to cool custom accessories.
Find your perfect place. It's easy at Remax.com. Now Remax.com offers more home listings to choose from than ever before. Nobody sells more real estate than Remax.
And welcome back to Nashville Superspeedway. The red flag has actually come out on this one on lap 96 as they've stopped all of the field on the backstretch just at the entrance of turn number 3 as they clean up the problem in turn 4 that was caused by the 70, the 69, the 59, and the 9, all involved in this one again on lap 96. But the safety crew is doing an excellent job of making sure that everybody gets in and out of the problems and getting out of their vehicles and into the care center. And so everyone definitely focusing on safety in the ARCA REMAX Series. We take a look at our hardcore motorsports safety initiative with Wendy Venerini.
Another step ARCA is taking in the ARCA Hardcore Safety Initiative program is the hiring of a full-time employee. Mark Williams has been with ARCA for over 12 years part-time, but just recently came on as a full-time employee. Mark, what are your goals as the new safety director?
My goals are to make sure that we are one of the safest racing sanctions around.
What do you think is the biggest problem that drivers miss out on the safety end of racing?
Probably the biggest problem we see is what they use for physical fitness and their eating habits. The more that they can do with physical fitness and eating habits, the better they'll be in the event that something happens to them on the racetrack.
Safety, obviously, the #1 priority for the ARCA REMAX Series, as with all the other racing series. Everyone wants to be safe in this situation. Out in front, I wouldn't call it safe as of right now, as we still have about 17 laps of racing to go. It's Stephen Leicht in that number 55, and Wendy's caught up with his crew chief.
With the original entry list, Stephen Leicht was actually not on it in the 55. It was his Robert Yates teammate, Matt McCall. Let's get the story behind that. Jerry, why the last-minute change with Stephen getting in the 55 instead of Matt McCall?
The biggest deal was we were trying to get approval for Matt to accelerate his process through the NASCAR deal. So that was why we made the change. It was for Matt, not so much for Stephen.
All right, talk about your car today. It's awfully strong. Is Stephen getting a little bit nervous?
Yeah, he's getting a little excited, but our Robert Yates Racing Ford Fusion, is running pretty good here, and we're good to go to the end here.
When all the cars came to a stop and it was red flag, a little bit of black smoke came out. Was it tire smoke or anything we should watch for?
Yeah, we're pretty sure that was just some rubber that fell off, got down on the headers, so I don't think that's a problem at all.
What kind of condition has he been fighting? Mostly tight today?
Yeah, we're just a touch tight in the center. So other than that, we made one little air pressure adjustment during our pit stop. And, other than that, we're pretty good.
All right, looks like crew chief Jerry Pitts has this thing dialed in. Plenty good enough. Rick?
Thank you, Wendy. I tell you, 5 different drivers have been up front, Stephen Leicht being one of those. Steve Wallace started this one on the pole. He was up front for quite a few laps. Then Stephen Leicht decided to take over. And then it was Mario Goslin and Brad Coleman and Frank Kimmel all leading laps here in Nashville. And obviously the one that they want to lead the most is going to be the last one, but we're still 17 laps away from that.
Well, if I'm Stephen Leicht, I'm saying to myself, boy, I'm sure glad Dustin's gone, because them two cars were a class of the field. They pretty much run together for the last 20 laps. There was really no competition, although we got Stephen Wallace, who's creeped up there. He's going to start in third. I think Stephen Leicht right now can breathe easy and rest a little better assured that he don't have to worry about that 70 car beating him to victory lane.
Well, he's obviously got to worry a little bit about the 46 of Frank Kimmel, who's right behind him when we restart this race. And Frank Kimmel was looking as though he was dropping a little bit back. Don, is that the case with this 46 team?
Well, actually, they've been struggling pretty much the whole day, even though they're on top of the leaderboard. I know you've been working with a very tight race car today. Crew chief brother Bill, not my brother, but Frank's brother. Tell me about the car. Too tight?
Yeah, it's too tight. He says it's probably the best car we've had here, Don.
He's won 3 times, and it's still too tight.
Well, it's too tight to run against the competition we're running against right now. The port car's been running awfully good all day long. He says it's really a good race car, but it's too tight to run against the competition that we're at. I mean, the level of competition has really picked up a lot here in the ARCA series, and it's a good race car, but it's just not turning quick enough to run with what we've been. It says it's almost like you flip a switch on. It runs really good, and all of a sudden, it gets tight. So, and actually, when he was out in front in the clean air, it ran really, really well. He turned some really good lap times, but then it went away.
Yeah, and I know you're fixing to come back down pit road for your final stop of the day when we go back to the yellow flag. What are you going to do to the race car?
Well, we're going to try to loosen it up again and see if we can.
How?
We're going to put some scuff tires on. We tried stickers, and it didn't seem to help it as well, so we got scuff tires. We're going to try that. Race track bar. Try to make him a little bit younger this time.
He'll need some of that. Frank Kimmel, about 43 years young. Did we mention he's also a 7-time ARCA REMAX Series champion?
Well, I think it's a huge statement when Frank Kimmel says, hey, this is the best car I've had here, who's won here 3 times, and he's still getting run away from by guys like Stephen Leicht.
Yep. Look at Stephen Wallace. He's meditating a little bit in that race car right now. He's just taking a breather, thinking about it. When we stop like this as a driver, that's the time to relax a little bit, get a good cold drink, and that's exactly what he's doing.
Steve Wallace focusing as we have just 17 laps to go.
Tuesday night on Speed. This week on Build or Bust, I brought you an engineer from Motor City. Turns out, he can't weld.
It does look somewhat crap-like.
An all-new Build or Bust, Tuesday night on Speed.
I've wanted a treehouse my whole life.
Hey, I'm serious. I mean a real treehouse.
Find your perfect place. It's easy at Remax.com. Now Remax.com offers more home listings to choose from than ever before. Nobody sells more real estate than Remax.
At DirecTV, we live for sports. It's why we bring you far and away more sports programming than any other cable or satellite provider. All the action.
Can you believe that?
All the rivalries.
Oh, big trouble.
All the drama.
Oh, boy. Oh, my.
Committed to providing you with the best sports experience, bar none.
Wow. Touchdown.
DirecTV is the undisputed sports leader in television.
Hello and welcome to DirecTV.
Since you're already enjoying great DirecTV service,
if you refer a friend, you can get a $50 credit on your DirecTV bill.
Terrific.
Then spread the word. Refer a friend to DirecTV with the confidence that they're getting the best television.
I have a lot of friends that complain about the cable service.
Great. Sign them all up and get $50 off for each. There's no limit.
Great.
Tell all your friends about DirecTV, and when they subscribe, you'll collect your reward. Go to DirecTV.com for details.
In the NASCAR Busch Series, taking to the track today at 3:30 p.m. The Busch race presented by Subway. It's the Pepsi 300 from right here at the Nashville Superspeedway. So racing will continue at Nashville Superspeedway in Nashville, Tennessee. Right now the car's still stopped on the backstretch as they're trying to get all the debris and fluid that was spilled in our most recent caution number 6, cleaning that out of turn number 3 and 4.
See Stephen Wallace, Rusty probably woke him up, said it's time to go racing, boy. Wake up, tighten them belts. He's looking around. He's got a good race car. Could get real interesting here at the end. Again, Stephen was back in traffic there a little bit. He got spread way out, and these two guys got away from him, so they're going to be bunched back up. So he could put that 61 car in victory lane here today.
Well, we're moments away from them firing and back up, and when they do, we'll be here for it. So we'll go away quick for a quick break. Be right back for ARCA REMAX 150.
The whole
whole idea with Sam Adams was to make rich, flavorful beer and see if anybody would drink it.
Jim started brewing it in his kitchen. It was just the coolest thing.
Back then, everyone thought all beer tasted alike.
The microbrewery movement was just being born.
Jim was a pioneer of the small brewery revolution.
He went and sold it one bottle at a time.
I was scared to death. We had no money. Nobody had ever heard of our beer.
Sam Adams was great. No one had tried an American beer that had that kind of flavor, that had that kind of quality.
Das ist gutes Bier.
New Eagle One with nanotechnology, the advanced way to clean, shine, and protect your car. Eagle One, never a dull moment.
The very thought of you, and I forget to do the little ordinary things.
Armor All Wax, wipes, and tire shines. Go ahead, stare.
And welcome back. They just refired the engines. We see the field going around the racetrack. The pit road was actually closed this first time by, and so they were not allowed to go down it. I did see one car go down pit road, so I'm sure he will be penalized. That was Brett Hudson, number 60. But up to this point, as we are just going by the start-finish line for lap 97, let's catch up on what took place earlier today. Again, on the pole was the 61 of Steve Wallace. Early on, Mario Goslin had his hands full as Brad Coleman got down into him. He spun around a few times, made it into the infield. That brought out caution number 1. Then problems in the 34.
Daryl Basham was turned around.
Also Ryan Howard in the 59 brings out a caution, able to save that one. And then here's the pass for the lead. Stephen Leicht getting by Justin Dirks. And as Justin Dirks tries to find room underneath Stephen Leicht earlier, as he goes to the high side and then tries to get back down in line. Whoa, there is a car there. So he causes the most recent caution to come out. That's our 6th caution. 4 cars caught up in that. And so now they get ready to go back to racing. When they go by pit road this time, it will be open. But we do not expect to see the 55 come down, as we don't. He stays out, but Frank Kimmel looks as though makes his way down pit road, as does Steve Wallace in the 61. So those two may have to work together to try to get back up to the front.
This is going to be a tough road to hoe. This late in the race, these guys needed fuel. They had to come in. They had no choice. So unfortunately, it's just something they could not avoid.
So here comes Frank Kimmel into his pit stall. Coming over the wall, it looks as though they're going to at least put right side tires on.
Frank's having problems, handling problems. That car's tight, 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 tight. Bill Kimball's going to loosen it up this time. So, when he gets back out there, I'm sure he'll have something, to charge the front. But he's got a long way to go to get to that front, him and Stephen Wallace. And again, like you said, Rick, they've got to work together to get themselves back up front there.
They're going to put 4 tires on it as they put the fuel in as well. Steve Wallace, this time it looks, I thought he was going to get off pit road without stalling it, but he stalls it once again.
Yep, unfortunately, you lose the engine in the car, and sometimes it floods the motor, and the driver floods it, and now you run into problems. And, oh, boy, they get to the end of pit road. The official stops them. They have to push the car back, get a good running start, and go again. You cannot continue pushing the race car on the racing surface, so they have to push this car back. This could be detrimental for Steve Wallace here today.
That's devastating. I mean, Steve Wallace starts on the pole, has a great run, and now killing it as he tries to come off of pit road. And definitely frustrated.
Yep, he's on the starter switch. You see he's pushing it up, trying to get the engine going. Obviously, either they've run out of gas or the engine's flooded. Here he's got it going and he's back underway. He did not lose a lap. Boy, that could have been real close. But he did lose a lot of positions there. He needed to go out with Frank Kimmel so they could work their way back to the front. But unfortunately, you see his crew chief with his hands on the head. Not happy.
Steve Dames saying, what has just happened?
Oh, there's Steve Wallace. He's saying, I'm not happy about that. But again, that's what we're here for. We need to learn. now's the time to do it.
Well, and I'm guessing if Rusty Wallace is in the radio right now talking to him, he's probably not too happy about what's going on as well. Well, we'll find out how this will end when we come back.
Happy anniversary, Speed! 10 years at full throttle!
I wish I lived closer to the office. Not this close.
This one's only a 10-minute commute.
Great. What about selling my current home?
Meet Frank and Maria. They've been dreaming of a place like yours.
Find your perfect place. It's easy at Remax.com. Nobody sells more real estate than Remax.
Nice ride.
Well, Mr. Tarzan, seems you missed quite a few deductions last year. Who in the world prepared your taxes? But you're in luck. Not only can I amend your return, get your money back from last year, but all the returns we prepare come with a basic guarantee. And you'll be getting a much bigger refund this year, too.
Your lawn's enemy, grubs. Their mission, to destroy your lawn. So, backed by Bayer's 100-plus years of crop science expertise, Bayer Advanced created season-long grub control with merit. #1 choice of professionals. No other formula kills more grubs. Plus, a single application protects your lawn for an entire season. Guaranteed. To grubs, it's the end of the road. To lawns, a new lease on life. Bayer Advanced. Better science. Better results.
Welcome back to the ARCA Remax 150. It has become a sprint now as we go by this time on the start-finish line. There will be 12 laps of racing to go, and we're hearing that all of the drivers have been released from the care center after this most recent caution, the 6th caution that came out. The restart taking place. Stephen Leicht out in front. Right behind him, Jeremy Clements in the #3. Brad Coleman in the 62. Those are your top 3. Erin Crocker has moved to 4th in this one. So she's top 5, looking for her first win in the ARCA Series. Don, have you caught up with Justin?
I have, and he is perfectly A-OK. Glad to see that. What happened out there? You're kind of on top of the mountain leading, and now with a badly wrecked race car.
Just lap cars. You know, it's getting towards the end of the race, and Steven, I had him behind me and then in front of me, and just trying to get through it and get out in the open so we could go and race hard, and just wasn't enough give and take out there, and we just kind of got tagged by one and put in the wall. So it's an unfortunate deal. We had a real good car, but we were just a little bit off in traffic. Left front just wouldn't stay down, and we were losing a little bit of front grip and in traffic, and I knew if we could get back out in the open that I could definitely make a run on Steven, but we had a good day going, and nothing to be disappointed about. Just couldn't finish the deal, that's all.
All right, very disappointed, but we know he'll be back up on the wheel very soon. Gentlemen.
Thanks, Don. I tell you what, we're inside of 10 laps now, 10 to go. Stephen Leicht out in front. Jeremy Clements, he's put some distance between himself and 2nd. Brad Coleman 3rd. Erin Crocker 4th. Chase Miller in 5th. So a young group of drivers out in front here.
There you see the 3-car, Jerry Clements trying to reel him in, but Stephen Leicht has got the rhythm. He's worked on it. When him and Frank Kimmel running together, he knows what he has to do to get in the corner and get back in the gas. He's really learned to keep that car down on the bottom of the racetrack, and Stephen Leicht is checking out.
Jeremy Clements looking as though he's almost holding up Brad Coleman right now. Coleman trying to get around Jeremy Clements to give some kind of chase to Stephen Leicht, who, as you had mentioned, looks like he's checking out on him.
Yep, and Brad Coleman needs to go. If he's going to go, he needs to go now. It's real important. As you see the 61 car, Stephen Wallace coming back through the field, currently 15th. He's got to be on a mission, just like you fired him out of a rocket, I'm sure. But time's running out. We got 8 laps to go.
Wendy.
Well, while Don Radeball went to the infield care center to talk to Justin Dirks, I went to find out what happened to Stephen Wallace on that pit road. He has lost first and second gear, so only has third gear in that car. Obvious frustration for our pole sitter who was running so good today. I spoke to Greg Wallace, and he said his brother's just really frustrated in the car right now. Also wanted to add, if you saw a crew member when they went to push it off the pit road, he hit the kill switch, one of the crew members did. So a little bit more time spent on pit road because of that.
Jeremy Clements falling way back. As a matter of fact, he has come off of the racetrack. He was running in second position, but he may have ran out of fuel.
Exactly right, Rick. We don't know when his rotation was, but I believe that he may have run out of fuel on the racetrack. Unfortunate for him. It was a gamble with 10 laps to go, but he really had no choice. See a battle for third for a car at Chase Miller looking under Aaron Crocker as they come through the straightaway. Again, two good really race cars, two good handling race cars, but if we've got 6 laps to go, if you've got anything, you got any cars to show, now's the time to do it.
And a huge separation. Stephen Leicht has put 2 seconds between himself and Brad Coleman. Brad Coleman has put 2 seconds between himself and Aaron Crocker and Chase Miller. So a big separation at the front of this field right now. Stephen Leicht looking as though he's going to run away and win his first ever ARCA REMAX Series race, but we can never throw the trophies to him until and there we have it.
4 cars sideways. Chase Miller just off the corner. As you've seen, he drove off the corner. He's been driving really hard. He knows he had some 6 laps to go. He just overdrove that race car off the corner there, but he did a great job of getting it down to the bottom, keeping out of the racing surface so we didn't get anybody else collected.
Another development driver. He's in the Dodge development program. Chase Miller getting spun around. That takes place on lap 108. And so we will have at least a green-white checkered finish, maybe a lap or 2 extra. But again, this one is a 113-lap race. We had 5 laps to go when the caution comes out. Stephen Leicht looking as though he was going to run away with this one, and now the field will be bunched back up. And will Brad Coleman have anything for Stephen Leicht at the end of this race?
Well, this is not what Stephen Leicht wanted to see. Again, Brad Coleman had the 3-car, Jerry Clements, in front of him until Jeremy ran out of gas. He really did get held up there a few laps. So on this restart, he's going to be on his bumper. Could get real interesting to the finish here today.
And again, the reason why we will have a sprint to the finish is because of our 7th caution coming out when Chase Miller in that number 4 got spun around. We take a look.
See, he drives off the corner all by himself, just gets a little bit loose, getting a little anxious late in the race. He probably picked the throttle up a little bit earlier, maybe picked up a push in the race car, turned the steering wheel a little bit too much. It's called a tight push. Possibly that's good as he come off the corner and it rolled off the front end, caught and just turned him around.
And Chase was in third. That was the battle we were talking about for third between Aaron Crocker and Chase Miller. And you see right here where Aaron Crocker is in 4th right now. So it looks as though, like you said, he may have got a little aggressive being held up by Aaron Crocker, and now gets too aggressive coming out of 4 and spins across the infield.
Just a race car driver being a race car driver, I guess. You know, we're knuckleheads sometimes, and sometimes them guys on the roof, spotters, crew chiefs talk to us, say, hey, slow it down. We want to finish this race. But he did a great job. He got it down on the bottom. I'm sure that's not what he wanted, but didn't hurt the race car. And he had a great showing here today. Chase Miller did in that Eddie Sharp entry.
Stephen Leicht has been the class of the field so far. He will restart this one up in front. Brad Coleman will start 2nd. 3rd is Aaron Crocker. Frank Kimmel actually has moved ahead now to 3rd.
TJ Bell there in 5th. Willie Allen in 6th. Great run. Aaron Crocker coming down pit road, possibly out of fuel with 3 to go. I can't imagine any other reason why that 98 car would come down pit road. You, Rick?
No. I would imagine that it is a fuel situation.
Wow, looks like
they're going to put tires on it.
It's possible she's got a flat tire. I mean, she may have a right side tire going down. I don't know why they would put tires this late in the race unless we had a possible tire going down. Again, Ray Everham at the helm on the roof talking to Aaron Crocker. So I'm sure the moves that they're making here are what needs to really happen.
Looks as though there are 16 cars on the lead lap, and so Aaron Crocker will be restarting in 16th position, more or less.
Little problem there on pit road, real similar to what happened to Steve Wallace here. Sometimes we dump the clutch and, man, just can't get going. Possibly that race car was out of gas.
There's Ray Everham watching from up above. Again, you had mentioned spotting. Don, what's going on with Aaron?
Out of gas, gentlemen. She ran out of gas. Don't know how, but that's what happened. Had to come down and splash it one more time. It'll put her the back of the lead lap line. A lot of work to do and just not too many laps.
Well, it looked as though she was going to have a great finish. She was running in 3rd, and then this happens.
Well, 3rd to 17th is not, as she runs off the racetrack, looks like she got in the grass her a little bit, but sure, she's not happy, but there's just really nothing you can do. We run out of gas, Maybe the tank did not pick it up, because these guys can compute fuel. They know where they need to go. They know where they're at, and they know where how far they can go. So possibly something with a pickup problem in that fuel cell.
See our race summary. After 111 laps, Stephen Leicht out in front. 6 different lead changes between 5 drivers. The average speed 105.57 miles per hour. Obviously that being, coming down quite a bit because of the red flag condition we had under our 6th caution. They brought the red flag out. So there have been 7 cautions so far, and we hope to get this one completed as soon as we restart. The scheduled distance for this one was 113 laps. We've completed 111. Stephen Leicht out front.
See, they're keeping their tires warm, getting the rubber off them tires. It's going to be a sprint here for 2 laps. And Stephen Leicht knows what he has to do. He has to get in line. He has to get in the rhythm. Does not want to give Brad Coleman an opportunity to duck underneath the bottom side of him, because Brad does have a good race car here today also.
The pace car stays out in front of this field, so it will be a green-white checkered situation, meaning next time by, they will get the green flag. Then obviously after a mile and a third, the white flag will come out for their last lap. So not a lot of time for Stephen Leicht and Brad Coleman to battle this out.
We have 2 laps of racing here. It'll be a single file restart. All the lead lap cars will be in a single line, and they will race for 2 laps. Well, Rick, what's your bet?
Well, I tell you what, you've got that veteran Frank Kimmel back there. He's won 3 races at this racetrack. We're taking a look at Dexter Bean, who's come down onto pit road right now, and that number 6.
Dexter having a really good run here today. Possibly tire going down on that car. They've had to come in, change right sides. Unfortunate for him.
Getting back to the restart, Stephen Leicht has been very strong. We saw Brad Coleman run extremely strong when he was out in front. Now with just 2 laps to go, you've got 2 young drivers, 2 guys looking for their first ever win in the ARCA REMAX Series up in front. I'm guessing that they're going to battle as hard as you could possibly battle in racing for 2 laps.
I think you're exactly right, and I don't really think Frank Kimmel has anything for these 2 guys. He has not been able to reel it in all day. On the clock, them 2 cars have been faster than Frank, so we'll have to see what happens here. Frank, again, here for the big picture. He's here to win championships, so he'll do what he has to do to finish it out good here today.
Brad Hockaday shows him the green flag. Stephen Leicht out in front.
Stephen Leicht
Brad Coleman
stands on the gas as he drives down into turn 1. It's important to get a real good set off the corner here, as Stephen does, to where he can get back on the gas pedal, get a good run down that back straightaway. So important here at Nashville.
Already through turns 1 and 2, 3 car lengths between Stephen Leicht and Brad Coleman. Now they work their way through 3 and 4. Here comes Frank Kimmel. He's going to give a chase to Brad Coleman for second, but this time by, the white flag will fly. Stephen Leicht takes it with a 4-car length lead over Brad Coleman.
Brad Coleman, Stephen Leicht, these cars look identical, but it's going to be so hard for Brad to catch him. He's got air that comes off the nose when he gets under the back of Steve there, so it's important to get in. He'll have a great day if he finishes second here.
Down the backstretch, Stephen Leicht just in front of Brad Coleman. 5 car lengths separate them. Could it be Stephen Light's first ever win in the ARCA REMAX Series? It looks as though, coming out of 4, he's got enough distance between himself and Brad Coleman. The checkered flag will fly. The PFG Lester 150 goes to Stephen Leicht.
Rhythm was the key to his success here today. Stephen did exactly what he had to do. He kept his calm, run an awesome line here at Nashville, and that's really what's important, not to overdrive these corners.
Extremely impressive run for Stephen Leicht in that number 55. And I tell you what, the Robert Yates development drivers have done extremely well. The 55 driven by Matt McCall in the first race of the year finishes second to Bobby Gerhardt, and now Stephen Leicht gets into the 55 and he wins the second race for the ARCA Series.
Robert Yates has got to be proud of these drivers. He's given them really good equipment. He's assembled a real good team for these people. So again, communication is key to success in this business, and they do have communication. They've proven exactly that. See Stephen come down to victory lane. Maybe a little victory donut for us. There he goes. Hear the engine on that car hitting the rev limiter. 8,800 chip in them cars as he revs it up. Hits the limiter. I'm sure the engine guys, they really don't like it when we do this, but sometimes after a long day of work, we can't help ourselves.
The Busch guys might not be too happy either when he just drove right across the logo on the grass there. But Stephen Leicht doesn't care. He's going to have some fun, winning his first ever race in the ARCA REMAX Series.
Flawless performance from Stephen today. Again, he just did everything right. He did what he had to do to win this race.
Take a look at our unofficial results. The top 10, Stephen Leicht getting his first win. Brad Coleman with a very impressive run for that 18-year-old. Again, he has his high school finals coming up next month that he has to deal with as he finishes second today. Frank Kimmel, impressive run in third.
Yep, TJ Bell doing a fine job. Again, clothing entrepreneur, been in racing a long time. Hopefully this will help TJ land some type of sponsor. Look at Willie Allen, the 75 car finishing fifth. Bob Strait, R&D car. Bob Shack, I'm sorry, R&D car. Bob Shack, been around the series a long time also at that helm. Cale Gale, awesome finish for him today.
Well, look at Steve Wallace finishing 10th. Again, this is unofficially, but Steve Wallace having problems, had to come down pit road, made changes to that car, had to get fuel put into that car, had run out of gas, and restarted this one back about 16th and was able to make his way up to 10.
Oh, he was on a mission. Unfortunately, it was frustrating for him, but he had a good race here today. And again, what these guys learned over here on the ARCA side, it's laps. It's about consistency. It's about learning the line, and that's what these drivers were able to do. Stephen Wallace and Aaron Crocker, and that's what they're going to take over to the Busch side this afternoon in the Busch race.
Yep, they will jump out of their ARCA cars and make their way over to the Busch garage to get back into those machines as that race will kick off here shortly. Stephen Leicht brings it into victory lane at Nashville Superspeedway, and we see the 21 on the A post of that car. Down in the front again, remembrance of Jack Bowser, who passed a week ago. All of the drivers having the Bowser family in their hearts and prayers as they've suffered a tough time.
See, as he loosens the Hans up, he pulls down on the straps to get off. It takes a lot to get out of these race cars, and again with your Hans device and the big head device.
You all ready for this? Wonder what it would be like to trade paint with Kevin Harvick. You think you can stop me? With Fathead, you can feel the heat, because it's as close to real NASCAR racing as you can get. How would you like one of these in your room? Easy to put up and move around. Just peel and place. Now that's a Fathead. Durable and strong, Fathead hold up longer than Ford tires on a straight track. Real big graphic of me in your living room. 29 will look good on your wall. Too aggressive for retail stores. Fathead can only be found at fathead.com. Officially licensed by NASCAR, the NBA, the NFL, and Players Inc. Go to fathead.com. With the passion and attitude of only true fans. Fathead are classic and collectible. What are you looking at?
Awesome trophy, especially for your first victory in the ARCA series. Of course, the Gatorade is flowing around here from his team. He's going to pose for some pictures. Maybe he doesn't know he has live television here, but we'll let him take a few pictures. A good run. You know, Matt McCall, his Robert Yates teammate, stepped out of this car for this race, so no one's happier to get in it than Stephen Leicht for today. Hey, his crew is actually they just reminded him, hey, you got to get out and do live TV. I'm sure you're enjoying the photos, but we want to talk to you on TV. That's a pretty cool guitar there. What are you going to do with it now?
Oh, I tell you what, we should put it up on the wall at the shop, man. These guys are awesome. Everything I did in this car today is because of them. I mean, I was out there having a blast because of what they did in the pits. I mean, they did a great pit stop, come in, got out quick, and all weekend long we got better, you know, every time on the track when we practiced, and we had a great qualifying effort. If qualified fifth, the gear we had wasn't for qualifying, it was for race trim, and it showed during the race. Car was awesome, and got to thank all of our sponsors, City Financial and Robert Yates Racing, for letting me have this opportunity. And God, these guys are great, man.
Did you ever think it would come this quickly, or not soon enough, your first win in ARCA?
Well, they just told me, they said, didn't you listen when they said where to go to victory lane? I said, no, I didn't think I'd get here that quick, so I wasn't paying attention. But no, I mean, I wasn't sure. You know, I knew we had a good car for today, but I didn't know if I had the experience yet to hang with guys like Frank Kimmel and, you know, Stephen Wallace has got a bunch of testing time in these cars, and all great guys, great to be around, and I had a blast. I mean, with 20 to go, we run down the leader. I mean, that's the best way to win a race.
All right, congratulations to you in your first ARCA victory. Don?
Well, we got a little celebration going on here, too. Very young Brad Coleman, your career first start, you roll home second. How do you feel?
It feels pretty good. I mean, I got to thank the Lord Jesus Christ for making me able to race this Easter weekend. I mean, it's a great weekend. I mean, the Bruco Motorsports team did a great job with this car. really fast, really good in traffic, and congratulations to the number 55 team. They earned that win.
Congratulations to the number 62 team as well. They had to earn it as well. Look at the smudge on the side of this race car. Look down here. A little contact out there. It's all part of the program, but a very good day for the brand new rookie. Brad Coleman rolls home second at Nashville.
Impressive finish for that rookie. Also, Stephen Leicht, a
great run for him.
Impressive finish as he gets his first win. Frank Kimmel, third. Doesn't hurt his average too much here at Nashville, which is about 2.6. We'll be back. Close this one out after this.